So Priwen never left Doris's theater after they invaded. They must be holding Edgar here in their new headquarters.
So here I am. In the Priwen's new headquarters, although... Why do they have a new headquarters? Last time I was here, there was a lot of them, and McCullum came for me. But I've dealt with McCullum now. Doris Fletcher's... Gonna be some war.
Steady, boys!
Yep.
We've got one of them here!
Okay. Come get me! I'm down here! Ow. Okay, as always, is stamina. Oh god, I'm burning. It's stamina that's the most valuable of those 3 bars. Well, I mean, health is the most valuable of those 3 bars, obviously. But without stamina, I'm screwed. Without stamina, I have no... Hello. Can I sneak up on this guy? No, he magically turned.
Better go home, sir. This one's mine!
Okay, I didn't dodge in time. I should be able to get drink on him.
We cannot be defeated!
This guy has a lot of stamina, but not so much health. Whoa! That always takes me by surprise. It's so much damage. Okay, well, alright. This place is dangerous. Honestly, it's tempting to go use my last bit of experience and come back later.
Get them weapons ready!
He did. Where did all my blood go? Do I lose all my blood from dying? I guess I do. Got to pick up a whole 1 shilling. Killing that guy.
I have this thirst for blood.
There! There's one of them!
Well. Swansea will be in here somewhere. And he's probably not going to be in great shape. That's leaving, so that's not where I'm going.
No rest for the wicked!
Okay. No rest for the wicked. I almost have 3,000. That's some nice upgrades. How did I get a lead stick and a bullet from a bunch of bottles? Dangerous. This at least... Ooh. Tasty, tasty.
This is despicable.
I don't get a lot of blood from it. I get some. Yeah, those 2 were the ones I wanted to kill. Vengeance, because they killed me. I think what I'll do, actually, is I'll kill these, get 3,000 experience, then go level up. I should need to go far.
This one's mine!
That's it, come on. There we go. Alright. You left, buddy.
Back, demon! Back!
No, don't you light me. Getting lighted hurts, but it's okay. I've got shield. Too late. Shield. If I can get some drinks of this guy. Just about, yeah. Okay. Wow, no experience? Really? 15. A lot.
Get low. Keep an eye on each other.
Keep an eye on each other.
It's locked, all right.
Am I supposed to go around to the other side? There was a door that was like leaving the area somewhere. Okay, that was a quick turn, man. Respect for your reaction time. This place is so much nicer above stairs. Well, now it's kind of just the same again. I'm kind of just exploring around the sides. Well, that found nothing. This feels like a door that does stuff. I'm gonna go level up, and then I'll be right back. And I'm back. Turns out the door upstairs was nothing, by the way. Just balcony. So what I'm trying to do now is to find a way to get into this door. Because there he is. Dr. Edgar.
I cannot
But this is locked, which means I gotta kill something or find something, so... Well, here's a note. Ooh, McCullum's report. Doris fell to with Doris Jones. She was daughter of some Harriet Jones. What? She hated her mother, used her fame and notoriety to see her while visiting the poor and sick in the East End. Damn, alright. Concerned he's deeply involved with the vampire plague. Yeah, that's me. And Swansea's with me. Well, I mean, McCullum knew that. William Marshall's memoirs. The Disaster. Very similar to Doris. Disease, affection, hate of the living, desire to see the city ransacked.
Doris Fletcher was about to become a disaster. I'm getting close to having all the evidence.
Oh, I got a key! Stage key, thank God. Exit stage left, am I right? So, you might notice I did in fact level up. I have changed a couple of abilities around, mostly using the same ones. There he is. I am mostly worried that they're gonna be on different hotkeys or buttons. Because if I level them up in different order, it seems to put them in different ones, but I think it's mostly alright. I'm still using Blood Barrier, Autophagy for the heal, obviously, and Shadow Mist, and so on. Hello, friend.
Turn around, sir.
How about no? So that's Blood Barrier. And then Coagulation, followed by Shadow Mist. And then and one more thing and I can drink. I put a lot of points into biting, so I bite for quite a lot of damage now.
It's locked.
Door locked. Well done. Here we go.
It's locked.
Also locked.
It's locked, all right.
The Vampire Knight. New collectible. William Marshall. Marshall has been a vampire for 1,000 years. Monstrosity known as Lady Blackwood linked to Marshall. William Marshall, oldest vampire of England to survive a righteous wrath. Memoirs. Where I defeated this disaster. So, the vampire fought the disaster. The Dusastro, the Eater of Stars, aka the Disaster.
Blood of a pure heart, garlic, blood of a king. I don't understand. Perhaps this is what McCullum drank. I had better keep that in mind.
Yeah. Well, I'm coming for Swansea now.
Edgar. Edgar, can you hear me?
Jonathan, is it really you?
Easy. Easy. Save your strength. I'm getting you out of here.
Don't try to spare me. As a physician, I know all too well when it's too late. Punctured lung, broken ribs, and internal bleeding. An accurate diagnosis, wouldn't you say?
Edgar, what happened?
They wanted me to confess. Beat me black and blue.
Geoffrey McCullum ambushed me at the Pembroke Hospital. He was convinced you and I were responsible for the Skull epidemic.
I never imagined that self-righteous fanatic would dare to attack us in the open. What became of him?
To prove him wrong, I let him go.
Really? You sure that was the wisest course of action?
No, but
Time will tell.
I don't kill.
The most intriguing part of his accusation was that you and I were the pawns of some ancient vampire.
William Marshall. Yes, they tortured me to make me confess the same nonsense.
I mean, I believe him, but there's something going on.
Edgar, as much as I would like to believe you, I have a few concerns that require clarification.
What do you mean?
William Marshall, for example. You speak of him as if you know him. How is that?
Jonathan, I cannot say I'm ready for another round of questions.
Why would the Guard of Priwen believe you and I created the vampire epidemic?
Maybe due to our profession? Because I offered you shelter in my hospital.
What can you tell me about William Marshall?
Not much. History paints the story he was the greatest knight who ever lived. Amongst the immortals, he had a yet greater legend.
Why is the Guard of Priwen so obsessed with him?
He was the only ancient vampire to escape the first great hunt launched by the Guard of Priwen in 1854. They believe he's an evil creature plotting his return.
Why would he deserve such a reputation?
I cannot say. The Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole has next to no intelligence on him. All I know is that he's supposed to be the oldest of all the British vampires.
Okay.
While investigating the epidemic, I read some of McCullum's findings. I think you have some explaining to do.
I have nothing to hide, Jonathan. Nothing at all.
Do you know Doris Fletcher's real name?
No, I'm afraid not.
Her real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of Harriet Jones.
What do you want me to say, Jonathan?
Just tell me the truth, man.
Do you remember when we suspected Sean Hampton of killing Harriet Jones?
Yes. The terrible episode that came as a shock to us all.
Harriet Jones faked her own death. When I found her in the sewers, she confessed she wanted everybody to pay for what happened to her.
That woman was extremely bitter, full of hatred and festering anger.
Doris Fletcher visited her mother at the Pembroke Hospital. That's how she first got infected.
I know nothing about that. Miss Fletcher once came to visit the sick. That is all I know.
No, Edgar, there is more. Doris Fletcher was Harriet Jones's daughter. They exhibited the same symptoms: blind hate and strong physical mutation.
What does this sad story have to do with us?
Do you know where we are? Doris Fletcher's theatre. This is where that hateful creature plotted to spread the epidemic across London.
I only briefly met Miss Fletcher once when she visited the Pembroke Hospital. You say it was to see her mother. She seemed like such a sweet and graceful woman.
My point exactly. The disease turned her into a bitter soul, driven by vengeance just like her mother. A symptom of all the infected patients.
Certain diseases are known to produce similar effects. Rabies, for example. And rabies is not the devil at work.
He's just avoiding it now, honestly.
Come on, Edgar. Don't you see the pattern here? The epidemic, the link between Doris and Harriet, the suspicion of McCullum?
How could I? I never saw Harriet Jones again after she fled the hospital.
Doris and Harriet shared more than a hidden family bond. They were the embodiment of the epidemic and are linked to the Pembroke Hospital. Come on, Edgar, this is no coincidence.
I swear I'm at a complete loss. All I did was administer vampire blood to cure old Harriet. There was no evil plan, no diabolical plot.
You did what?
I tested the regenerating and healing properties of vampire blood on Harriet Jones. My only intention was to find the cure for influenza, I swear.
Whose blood did you use? William Marshall's? Mine?
Lady Ashbury's. While transfusing her with human blood, humanely appeasing her hunger, I also kept samples of her blood for my research.
You used her blood on Harriet Jones? My God, Edgar, that's unethical. You betrayed 2 of your patients at the same time.
I made a mistake. But what is science if not trial and error? We both know it, Jonathan, we both know it.
What a poor justification for your morbid fascination and thirst for glory.
You have worked beside me. You saw what I'm doing at Pembroke Hospital. Jonathan, you know I'm not an evil soul. Just another victim of this tragedy.
Jesus, okay. I don't like any of these choices. Let die, you deserve it. I mean, he fucked up bad. He did a bad thing, but that doesn't deserve death. It definitely doesn't deserve me making his death quicker. Although, I mean, in some ways, maybe that's better than let it die, but I don't want to eat and drink him. Though, obviously, lots of experience, probably. He was like 6,000 or something. But the other option is turning him? This is arguably what I should have done with Sean. That would have been the best option for Sean. But it's different. It's different for different options. Like, for Aloysius, I needed to charm him. For Dorothea, I just dealt with her, not charm, nor turn or embrace. For Sean, I should have, well, turned or given him my blood or whatever, and not let him go. And the simple fact is, I don't want him dead. Honestly, I don't want him dead. Edgar made a big mistake, but he's not an evil man. He's like my only friend, more or less. I don't really want to give up 3,000 experience, but I mean, it's not that much. It's a side quest or two. And I don't really want to make him a vampire, but I don't want him to die. If these are the only 3 options I have, then...
No, Edgar, you are not going to die. Unless you want to.
What do you mean?
I can save you, Edgar. I can turn your broken body into one like mine.
You truly would? After all I've done, after all that's been said, you would offer me this gift?
I have no way of knowing which punishment would be worse, Edgar. But it is not for me to decide. So?
Oh, please, Jonathan, please. I beg you. This is what I've always wanted. This is what I've always searched for.
Very well, then. Prepare to die and be reborn. To face an eternity of guilt.
I'm ready. Oh, indeed, I am ready.
Enough!
The district will soon suffer the consequence of your actions. Hint failed. Prepare to fight the disaster. Talk to Lady Ashbury. Destroy Harriet Jones, the source of the Skulls epidemic. I've got minus experience now. Jeez, okay. Well, I'm still level 28 at least, so... I didn't go down in level, so that's something. Is he gonna sit there? Oh, man. I hope that was the right decision. I mean, yeah. I've lost enough pillars of places, you know? I don't know, man. This is... Hard choices. I mean, that's the point. That's the point of the game. Hard choices, right? Is she outside? I assume she's outside. Yeah, it's 100 meters away.
So Harriet Jones became the original carrier when Edgar gave her vampire blood. I must tell Elizabeth.
Steady, boys! We've got one of them.
Get him. Get him. Get one more. There we go. Can we get the hell out of that, please? Yeah, stab me now if you can. Can't.
Don't like that, do ya?
No, I really don't. Okay. Choices.
There's safer places. There's one of them. Watch yourselves.
Can you just leave me alone? That'd be a lot nicer, actually, if you can just leave me alone. Thank you. Good, thank you. Is this our home? I feel like this is our home. Alright, looks like we're fighting these ones first. Where did the fire come from? Let's regen some stamina. Have a little drink. Toss some shadow mist on him to kill him. How about you stand still? Alright. Can you let me inside the house now? This is her house, right? I guess I'll find out. Yeah. Elizabeth? I have news. Bad news.
What good fortune brings you back to me, Jonathan? What is it, my dear?
I'm afraid it's bad news, Elizabeth. The worst, actually.
Please, speak up.
Edgar is no longer in McCullum's grasp. I resolved that matter.
Where is our good friend now? Is he well?
Of a sort. His injuries were mortal. I had no choice but to make him one of us. To save him. Or to punish him.
To punish him? I fail to understand. And what is the source of this cold tone in your voice?
Edgar Swansea was responsible for the Skull epidemic, Elizabeth. It was he who unleashed the deadly scourge upon London.
What? Are you certain? This is the most terrible accusation of all.
He confessed everything to me. He sought to cure the disease, to exploit vampire blood to stop the epidemic. But he unwittingly gave birth to a catastrophe.
All those poor victims. How could he do it? What happened?
He was a criminal, he was stupid, he gave no head to ethics. He's not a criminal. He did make a mistake, I guess, but I say ethics probably the best one.
Edgar gave no heed to ethics. His theory could have been proven to be correct, but he abused the confidence of his patients to test it.
I must say I'm shocked, Jonathan. Who would have thought it? And the poor patient. Let me guess. It was Harriet Jones, was it not?
Yes. That explains how Doris Fletcher was infected, and how she became an Ichor. She secretly visited her mother at Pembroke.
Then we have no choice. We must act quickly, Jonathan. We must return to the sewers and put an end to the threat poor Harriet embodies.
I have one more matter to discuss with you. Harriet Jones was the primary case, but do you know what a healthy carrier is?
There is a tone in your voice that frightens me, Jonathan. What are you trying to say?
It was your blood Edgar used for his experiment on Harriet Jones.
What? No. No. This can't be. Oh.
Elizabeth, are you all right?
No, I have to go.
What do you mean?
Leave me alone. Save the city, Jonathan. Save what can be saved.
Elizabeth, I need answers. Why did your blood
Stay
cause
away
this?
from me. Please. I swear I never was your
Wait!
enemy.
No! Elizabeth!
Well, that was a strong reaction. I mean, understandably, I guess, but... Alright. Time to go find everyone. Damn. That wasn't just, oh no, things are bad. It's like, oh no, things that I assumed. She knows something. She definitely knows something.